I started developing my personality by looking at other big companies, their CEOs, who is investing into these local companies, all the multinational companies. I read a lot of articles. I went and worked in every sphere of the security industry so that I get the field knowledge what's happening. So that was my first business acquisition, Hold Security. And we still got that brand, and it's got about 40 residential buildings now.
Wow.
We started with 8, we got 40 now. So from last 4 years, we heavily into technology. We investing in technology. We're trying to go out in the market and look for strategic partner, not only here in Australia, but overseas as well. You need to be dedicated, number one, and you need to be flexible. You need to understand the nature of the demand and supply, when is going to be the busy season, and what extra manpower you need during that time, and how well you're going forward in the future to integrate technology, AI, into the traditional side of the business.
Good day, everyone. My name is Navneet Anand from aajKal, local and global. Here in Sydney, the guest is PAWAN MISHRA, Managing Director for MANTR Group. Why not? We have a chat with him. Pawanji, welcome to the show.
Navneet ji, thank you. Thank you so much.
Tell me about your childhood days in Hyderabad.
Navneet ji, I had a regular childhood, as every Indian son would have. 2 loving parents, mom, dad. Mom was a housewife. She spent a lot of time on us. Dad was a businessman. He was busy in his business, but he always made sure we get all the good things in life. And had lots of friends, We were living in a very popular apartment in Hyderabad. It was named Mahavir Apartment. And we were like 20-25 boys of the same age group. So the competition was intense. So to be something special, you have to beat every single one. So I think that's how we became smart as well. And there was a very annoying friend of mine, very annoying. I used to hate him. So he's become my best friend now, And I'm not there, but he looks after a lot of things on behalf of me. So that apartment was very special. A lot of other special friends as well. It's a big list. I can't tell for everyone, but it was good. Yeah, we grew up together, and education-wise, I was not very good. So I gained a lot of my confidence from the sports I used to play, from the naughty things I used to do. Pranks are now, everybody knows about pranks. We used to do pranks back then. And some of the pranks I see now are nothing compared to what we used to do. So very funny childhood. Yeah, was good.
So were there any signs of you becoming an entrepreneur later in life?
I didn't even knew back then what it is. My only intention used to be, just pass my exams and enjoy the summer holidays. Absolutely no idea, no ambitions, very low ambitions. And I used to play a lot. I think that's what I got the stamina and everything. So for my intelligence, my hard work made it up for it. So I think that was what driving for me.
Taking you back to the family business that your father used to own.
Yeah.
How were the ups and downs? What exactly did it look like?
When my father started, it was struggle. Then he became king of the market, master of the business. And for 2 decades, he had a very successful tenure. But then as every business often so happens, we had ups and downs. We made some significant losses, and whatever he could make in his entire life, he lost it in a couple of years. Mainly because he gave me capital to do business. He gave my brother capital to do the business. We were young, we were not good, and both of us failed him back then. So he has to suffer all losses on behalf of us. So, but he never regretted, never shouted on us, never blamed it on us. So that is one thing which propelled me to come to Australia and do whatever I can and just, repay him back.
I would rather like to correct you. The failures that you're mentioning, they were the experiences that would have helped you out later in the life.
Yes, correct. But back then, it was not. Back then, I was angry. I was angry on God. I was angry on a lot of things. I was angry on myself. So back then, I didn't knew that is the process of learning. So, but now I know, failures are practical, and you need to absorb them as you absorb the good things in life.
So, did you come to Australia with any of the plans? Did you have any plan when you came to Australia?
See, I came in 2003. Back then, there were no plans, but the idea was to do as much work as possible, do as many hours as possible as a couple, and then save the money and send it back to India, so that whatever the financial hardships are happening there, we could assist in some way. But no plans, absolutely no plans. We kept walking and things started happening. So
Tell us about your educational background here in Australia.
I came in 1998. I was a poor student. My father forced me to come here, and somehow I survived.
When you say poor students, that means academically not that bright.
Yeah, academically not that bright. I would say fourth division.
That's what you think.
That's what I was made to believe as well, because how good you are is measured against your education, how good you do in education. But when I came here, I started my MBA. I was struggling with subjects. I was getting bored as well. So I immediately took some extra work. I started doing 2 shifts, then 4 shifts, 5 shifts. So I was enjoying more working rather than studying at the uni. I had some good friends who would help me out with, assignments, presentations, everything. So I don't know how I cleared my MBA, but I think it was the mercy of God. He wanted me to have that post-graduation on next to my name. So
tell me a bit about MANTR Group.
So MANTR Group, we started in 2005. My wife Kim used to work at a Indian store, and the owner of the store had a security business. So I used to observe him. He had a flamboyant lifestyle, motorbikes, good car back then. So I just wanted to copy him. I said, I want this sort of lifestyle. And when I looked at the business plan, I knew that the working capital required for service industry like security or cleaning is very minimum. That's what I had basically. And lucky I had some good friends in banking. So they helped me get, some unsecured loans. They financed my cars to their banks and everything. So I started from there. So that was the catch. Low investment, low barrier to entry, and become a self-employed straight away.
And you have stuck to this industry for all this period. Why?
I did diversify, but I failed. So that's the answer. Maybe I'm successful only in security, and I like it. And I started developing my personality by looking at other big companies, their CEOs, who is investing into these local companies, all the multinational companies. I read a lot of articles. I went and worked in every sphere of the security industry so that I get the field knowledge what's happening. And then I started setting goals. 3 years, 5 years. I keep changing my goalpost, but the idea is to become maybe the top company in Australia, God willing, yeah.
If I have to ask you the truth about the failures that you had and how did you overcome the hurdles?
It never happened, It never happened as I could script it. It happened automatically. 2002-03, my father had business failures. We had a lot of people to pay money back. So the only thing you can do is, work and pay them back. So that was a big failure, and I blame personally myself, for that position of my father. And then again, 2016-17, we had another setback in our security business, where I was a subcontractor for a big company, security company, and the changes in the management, new managers came, they brought in their own preferred suppliers, a lot of kickbacks involved and everything, and then they threw me out of the company, which felt very disastrous that time. But then it was meant to happen for me to take that another leap of faith. Lucky for me, I always have my wife, Kimti. Whenever I'm low, when I'm down, she comes up and she lifts me up. So she started looking to, buy a security business. And she found an aajKal business for sale. We pursued it and we ended up buying that business. So that was my first business acquisition, Hold Security. And we still got that brand. And it's got about 40 residential buildings now.
Wow.
We started with 8, we got 40 now. So that was my first acquisition.
Mr. Govind Mishra, let me tell you one thing. You are a blessed man to have a son like Pawan. Pawanji,
Thank you, sir.
congratulations.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Acha, Pawanji, the courage to acquire business, did you already have it or it came with the passage of time?
I never had courage. I'm not a courageous person. What happened in life, propelled me to do something. So I was more of a reactive person than a proactive person. So I wait for something to go bad, and then I try to fix it all together. So courage I never had. But it worked out. And I do get risky when I'm buying something. I look for value for money into it. And I don't want to make it 1:2. I see in a business if I can make it 1:3 in 3 years' time. So rather than waiting for 3 years to recover your investment, I want to recover in 18 months. And some risks have not worked for me. Others have worked wonderfully. So I think now I'm addicted to it. So I think I don't do much work in my business right now. All I do is go out and look for businesses for sale.
You go out and look businesses for sales.
Yes.
Say the MBA is coming handy now.
Yes. Maybe that MBA got into my subconscious mind. Otherwise, I think it's all, whatever is happening because of my parents' blessing, my Almighty, and my family.
Have you embraced technology in your business?
So technology-wise, I'm not very good. I'm very poor. I hardly manage my phone and gadgets. And but I'm lucky to have a couple of people with me. I got my brother-in-law, Samir. He looks after the electronic side of the business. I got a very good friend, Patrick. He's a technology wizard. He looks into it. So I look after the traditional side of the business, and they do the technology. So we had to get it in our business, which started in 2019, not before that. So from last 4 years, we heavily into technology. We investing in technology. We're trying to go out in the market and look for strategic partner, not only here in Australia, but overseas as well. There's some technology which is good here, but there's some amazing technology in other parts of the world, which is cost effective and as good as Australian brands.
According to you, where is the security industry heading to?
See, there are two segments for security. One is the manpower and the other is the technology. So I look after the manpower side, whereas Samir and Patrick looks after the technology. So Patrick and Samir are pushing me out. So for me to survive, I need to do something as well. So as I said, we're investing in technology, and I think AI integrated with technology and security is the way going forward. If you're not gonna change, you're gonna be replaced. And manpower base, whatever current manpower is, 70% would be gone. They would be made redundant unless they accept the technology and go with it.
Talking about AI, the artificial intelligence, do you think that would be able to replace a human brain in the coming future?
Human brain, yes, I think it's already replacing it. There are a lot of chaos instead of a security officer, and they would give you a better response than an actual physical man-powered guard will do. So I think they're already doing it. I wouldn't be surprised, but I wish the adaptation happens slowly, not fast. So as long as I'm in the business, let the technology go slow. When I exit, it can skyrocket.
Talking about the security business, will it remain as a human resource industry?
It will still remain. Not so much in Australia, but if you look at other parts of the world, suppose there's a big country with a bigger population like China and India, they need to have manpower on ground before the technology, before the cameras can detect. So if you wait, suppose in India you're waiting for the camera monitoring room, you detecting something, then you want to catch something, by that time that guy is gone. So in crowded countries, crowded cities, manpower still be there. Same as if there's an event in Australia, you can't survive with robots or electronic media. You need to have 100, 200 guards there, physical guards, 2 men and 2 actions straight away. rather than waiting for something to go wrong and then find fault with others. Yeah.
Pawanji, what I could gather, you are a busy man. Being part of this demanding profession, how do you manage your work life versus the family life?
It is very demanding, but right now I am able to manage it better than I used to before. When I started in security, I used to do 90 hours a week. So which means I don't have time for family.
90 hours a
90
week.
hours a week.
Mhm.
On weekends, I used to clock 36 hours straight. So obviously I had one son then back then. Then we had another son. So I was finding it very hard to stick to the night routine. Then I changed the routine to day. And then I had to get used to sun as well. I was not used to sun. So I was used to night time. And I think last 4 years have been little relaxing. In a way, I stepped back from the business one step. And now with Samir looking after the business, he manages the whole of the branch. So I get the extra time to explore. So last 2 years I've been going overseas to meet my parents since they're getting old. I'm consciously trying to have 3 trips in a year so that I go and meet them. So I don't have any regrets in future that, when I had time, I couldn't go. There was time I couldn't go because of the responsibilities, but now I'm sure I can shoulder the responsibility on someone else. And my son also, we training him as a business manager now. So hopefully he will be ready in next couple of years and I'll have a bit more time after that. But the time management came by itself. As I said, I don't plan too many things. I live by the day and then routines always get changed and I adapt to it.
What is the secret to the success in security industry?
So you need to be dedicated, number one, and you need to be flexible. You need to understand the nature of the demand and supply, when is going to be the busy season, and what extra manpower you need during that time, and how well you're going forward in the future to integrate technology, AI, into the traditional side of the business. If you're not doing it, then we will struggle. I struggled a lot, hence I took the jump to technology. Otherwise, I would have never, with my lack of core competencies in technology, I would not have thought of it. So going forward, I think MANTR Group is positioned very well, and it will be a shining company in coming future, and it will give run for money to a lot of big players in the market.
And I'm talking about the future. So what does future hold for MANTR Group?
We want to grow, but we don't want to speed up. We want to have a controlled growth. Organically, we're trying a lot to build up our business. But any money we save, any returns we get from the business, we're gonna invest it back in the business. We'll go strategic partners, we'll buy shares in the companies. So the 5-year plan is to at least double the turnover we're doing now from what we're doing. Right now we're having double-digit growth. Even if we continue on those ones, I think we'll be able to meet those goals. But then again, a lot of factors matter. Let's see.
May the best come in your life ahead.
Thank you, sir.
Now, talking to you, what I could feel, a sense of responsibility as a son, a visionary as a businessman. What a wonderful personality PAWAN Mishra is. If I have to ask Pawan that who has been his inspiration to be what he is today?
See, there are a lot of things in life, I get asked this question by my friends and everyone. I say, obviously, you follow few people in life, I follow Dhirubhai Ambani, I think he was a visionary and there can be no other. Sachin Tendulkar, because of his humbleness, I want to have that humbleness in my life forever. Personally, for me, my role model is my father.
Mm-hmm.
That's who I saw what I wanted to become since I was a teenager. I always wanted to copy him. He was very good in business. I said, that's it. You become like, I thought no one can be like him. But now he says, I've become a little bit like him. So that's a compliment for me. So my main role model and my inspiration, and I would give my heart 100% to my father.
Pawanji, thank you so much. What a wonderful conversation that I had
Thank you,
with
sir.
you. You have inspired hundreds of young people around the country and continue to do the same.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
My name is Navneet Anand, signing out for Voice aajKal, local and global. Pawanji, once again, thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
We are parents of Pawan. I wish him best of luck for his future. He is a very honest, energetic, and ambitious boy. If he wanted, he could have become selfish after he has gone to Australia. But he always kept priorities for his family first.
बहुत अच्छा है, मुझसे बहुत प्यार करता है वो, हम सबको उसने संभाला है। मेरी बहू भी बहुत अच्छी है, वो भी मेरा बहुत ख्याल रखती है। पवन मेरा बहुत ध्यान रखता है। आगे उसका फ्यूचर बहुत अच्छा रखे भगवान, यही आशा है मेरी, यही आशीर्वाद है मेरा।
उन्होंने अपनी खुद की एक मंत्र सिक्योरिटी के नाम से सिक्योरिटी एजेंसी चालू की, जो आज किसी पहचान की मोहताज नहीं है।
पवन से अच्छा दामाद नहीं मिल सकता था हमें, जो कि दामाद भी है और बेटा भी है।
He's really cared about what our hobbies are. He's always really wanted us to have something going on other than school.
पवन के सामने अगर आप अपनी कोई डिमांड रख देते हो तो आप ये समझ लो कि वो पूरी होने वाली है। तो आई हैव टू टेल माय किड्स कि हर चीज पापा के सामने मत बोलो, क्योंकि पापा विल मेक श्योर दैट यू गेट दैट स्टफ। ही नेवर सेज नो एंड ही फील्स वेरी हैप्पी कि जब उनके आसपास के लोग बहुत हैप्पी हैं, एंड फॉर दैट ही कैन डू हार्ड वर्क टू एनी एक्सटेंट, सो दैट हम लोगों की जो इच्छाएं हैं, हमारे जो ड्रीम्स हैं, वो हम फुलफिल कर सकें।
I'm very grateful for the opportunities that I've been presented by my parents, and I'm also grateful for the many things I've been able to learn by watching and being taught by my father personally. I would not be where I am in life without my father, and for him I'm very grateful.
Pawan is a wonderful person and a very important part of my life. He has always been there for me, cheering on me, listening to me, and always giving me honest feedback. His life's journey is very inspiring and encourages me a lot, because he has overcome many challenges and obstacles, but he never gave up on his dreams.
Pawan, a brilliant mind, a courageous spirit, and a very humble person. He's passionate about his work and his family. He's always there to lend you a hand, share a joke, or offer a piece of advice. I really admire him and I deeply respect him.
Like he is a perfect example जो showcase करता है like hard work, determination
and energy as well.
And energy as well. Of course, like his journey all these years is not just is inspiring and motivating to just his family or close friends. I think जिनके भी वो contact में आते हैं या जो भी उनसे मिलता है, they get inspired by Jiju. Along with being a very professional and very hardworking person, he's an amazing party host. He's an amazing entertainment person, and he's an amazing dancer as well.
He's a very caring person as well. He's like a fatherly figure. And you know, जब आपको ऐसा support होता है ना कि कुछ भी कर ले कोई टेंशन नहीं है, वो एक unknown support जो जीजू हमको देते हैं यहाँ पे, हम लोगों को हमारे पापा मम्मी की कमी महसूस नहीं होती, बड़े भाई भाभी की कमी महसूस नहीं होती.
His desire and willingness to win. So when he gets into the place where he wants to win and he wants to do better, there's nothing stopping Pawan, right?
He's a very compassionate person. He loves his family, not only just Mantar and Dhruv and Kim, but the whole extended family. And I think we're blessed to call ourselves part of that extended family. He's grown. We've seen him grow.
And when Pawan is in a good mood, he just says, he goes, Chacha, abhi to party shuru hui hai. Good luck, Pawan.
Good luck, Pawan.
Good luck.
Thank you.
His effort from right working 14 to 18 hours per day से उसने स्टार्ट किया वर्क करना. पहले सर्विस करता था, बाद में उसकी अपनी खुद की कंपनी लगाई उसने. He is a brave heart. He is a fighter. शुरू से he is a fighter.
It's a miracle. जो एक पूरी कायनात को लाके रख दिया जमीन में, इस तरह से आपने मेहनत की है और पूरे परिवार को लेके, रिश्तेदारों को लेके आप चलते हो, बहुत हार्ड वर्किंग हो आप। आपके किस्से में क्या कहूँ।
हेलो जिया जी, हम सब आपसे बहुत प्यार करते हैं। बच्चों के फेवरेट फूफू, हमारे फेवरेट जिया जी।
हेलो, मैं रितेश अग्रवाल, पवन का बेस्ट फ्रेंड। ये महावीर अपार्टमेंट्स है जहाँ पे पवन रहा करता था। यहाँ पे हम फुल मस्ती किया करते थे, दिन भर यहाँ पे बैठना, मस्ती करना। ये अपार्टमेंट से इतनी यादें जुड़ी हुई हैं कि मैं बता नहीं सकता। ये हमारा बैडमिंटन कोर्ट हुआ करता था और पवन का फेवरेट गेम परी बंदर था जो यहाँ खेला करते थे हम लोग। बचपन से हम लोग साथ खेले कूदे हुए। यही वो अपार्टमेंट है, महावीर अपार्टमेंट, 5th फ्लोर है जहाँ हम लोग रहा करते थे। वो वाला मेरा फ्लैट है, 510 नंबर है सर इसका। ये वाला पवन का फ्लैट है 507। यहाँ पे हम लोग बचपन से साथ में रहे हुए हैं। स्कूल हम लोग एक साथ जाते थे, मस्ती इधर करते थे। ये पूरे कॉरिडोर में क्रिकेट खेलना, मस्ती करना, बहुत मज़े करते थे इधर हम लोग।
और ये बाजू का घर पवन का था, हम लोग बचपन से दोस्तान थे। और कैसा था बोले तो स्कूल है यहाँ पे हम साथ में पढ़ते थे। पवन मेरा स्कूलमेट नहीं, क्लासमेट भी था, नेबर भी था। ही वाज लाइक क्लोजेस्ट फ्रेंड। उससे ज़्यादा मेरा कोई क्लोज दोस्त भी नहीं था। इतना ज़्यादा क्लोज था कि अगर वो दूसरों से बात कर रहा तो भी मेरे को जलन होती। ही वॉज लाइक माई ब्रदर फ्रॉम अनदर मदर। ये गर्ल्स स्कूल है। पवन से रोज शाम में है ना 1 घंटा यहाँ पे बैठते थे। इसके ऑपोजिट में एक सैंडविच वाला बैठता था, तो यहाँ पे सैंडविच खाने बैठते थे ताकि इनको नज़ारा देखते देखते सैंडविच खा सके।
फ्रॉम माई चाइल्डहुड कुछ ऐसी चीज़ें जो मैं कभी नहीं भूल सकता मेरी लाइफ में वॉज अपने लोगों, अपने दोस्तों के साथ टिफ़िन शेयर करना, एक दूसरे का टिफ़िन छीन के खाना।
VT Times. Be with the times.